Hello everybody and welcome, it's Phayze here. So glad that you can tune into another video. Today I'm going to show you how to easily make about 55,000 plus for tier 1 without using any IMF. Okay, so we're going to go for a traditional farming approach. But I will also show you how to afford getting a MAD, and I'm going to do kind of a hybrid strategy between normal farming and IMF farming that makes getting MAD quite a bit easier. So we're starting with a free dart just on first, and we're going to place down a farm during round 3. Now, during round 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down a sniper on the top of the stump as soon as I can and set him on strong, and then a bit later on I'll set him on first, but he's just going to help with the blues here, and then we're going to go and set him on first, and we're not going to get a penalty. The idea is that I wanted to be able to get down the farm before I got down Obyn, so I just placed down this sniper with, of course, monkey knowledge discount, so he only costs 215. And then when we sell him, we'll lose about £70 or so, but the extra ticks from the farms will make up from that. So I believe it's a worthwhile trade. Now we're going to place down Obyn, and what we want to do is, can you see how I want him to hit the left-hand side of the track as well? He's hitting 3 portions of the track there. That's very important because we're going to need that kind of range to help with the early 20s, okay? But from now, things are going to get a bit easy until about round 19, round 20, because all we're going to do is we're going to go down the traditional bank strategy, which is the 200 farm, then another 200 farm, then we're going to get the first farm that will be on a discount from monkey knowledge to 220, the other farm to 202, and then when you've got about 1300, sell the 202 and get a bank, okay? So I've repeated that so many times throughout my little bloons career here, but it's worth getting it in. Also, bank has got a buff recently, so it is a bit cheaper as well, which is nice. And same for IMF. Also, I have just finished my first practice run that was so casual, okay? So like a 3-minute time, but I will actually post the video on that because I've been getting a few comments saying that the last couple of videos, some of the strategies people have been finding a bit too hard, I guess, some of the new players or casual players. So what I'll do is I'm going to go and try and make like a fully kind of more full casual guide, okay? So we're not going to do too much micro and stuff, and during that run I can test like the optimal strategy, and then I will post a more optimal one afterwards that can be a top 50 guide. So the goal is to try and get 2 guides, one for more casual players that may not be top 50, it may be more like a top 10% or something, but it gives you the flavour of the idea, and then a more optimal one as well, just so that everyone can feel included, because I know some people do find it hard. I mean, obviously with bosses as well, if you're new to it, it does take a while to get used to because there's quite a few things to keep in your mind. But yeah, so hopefully that's a worthwhile thing to do. Okay, so now during round 15, we're going to go and get our farm upgraded. Try and upgrade the farms as soon as possible as well. We do not want to be missing really any ticks at all, because early game that matters the most. Now what we can do is after round 16, if you've not missed any ticks and everything's good, you should be able to go and get the first farm to 220. I said 3 2s then, but one of them was not the number 2. Okay, and now we can also, after round 17, get the other one to 202. And now we're just going to save. So round 18, we should be good. Also, just keep placing down his spikes intermittently, but his thorns, sorry. You will need to be careful here because we want to save it now for round 19, and round 20 we do not want to use it. This is very important actually. So sell the 202 and get the bank. Okay, so round 20 we are not going to use his thorns. It's very important, you need the uptime here. This is so that we can time it so that it gets the camo balloon on round 24. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit slow. I may change him to last for a little bit and then to first. Okay, so a tiny bit of targeting micro. All we're going to do is wait until the pinks are out. Then once the pinks are out, place down the thorns, okay? So we're just going to have to wait until the pinks. The reason for this as well is so that their uptime will last during round 23. And that will be very useful as well. Or round 22, sorry, because round 22 is a bit awkward. So now we're on round 22, going a little bit slow. Again, I'm going to put him on last a bit and then first, just so we can get some of the ones at the back. And now it's just a case of hoping that, you know, you've managed to do enough with his Obyn's ability that you get a decent totem spawn. Okay, so now what we need to do is 23, we should be able to defend just absolutely normally. We shouldn't have any issues and we don't need to use his ability. Okay, and now 24, we use the ability and we're going to get this camo bloon, and we're not going to accrue a penalty. So that's the whole reason for it. We're not going to get penalty, use his ability, and everything's good. That's like kind of probably the most annoying bit, I guess, if you get a bit unlucky there, and you may need to do some targeting micro, but other than that, just have a bit of a fiddle with it and you'll get it. So just don't mess up the Obyn's ability timings and you will be good. In the meantime, we're just going to go and build another 2-0-0 farm, okay? So we've got enough rounds here to be able to go and get another farm down, just to be able to save a bit of money and, you know, be at a bit of a surplus of extra getting it in the end. So no harm there. Now, 27, again, we should be good. This was a bit close, but remember, we've got a bit of a larger penalty time, so everything's pretty good here. And then 28, we're going to be fine. Same for 29. So basically, we're going to be able to get a Monkeyopolis set up for round 31, which, you know, that's not terrible. Considering we don't have any eco heroes, I think that's not too bad whatsoever. So, and we can also get trap round 34 with this strategy that I'm doing. So everything kind of works out quite nicely. It's almost like parallel to the similar strategy we use, but obviously the eco is going to be a little bit worse. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our Monkeyopolis. So I'm going to place down 4 discount villages. Remember, the last village that we placed down is the one that we're going to get to Opolis. I've also made sure as well just to go and get this farm in range of a discount village, so that when we upgrade it to 202 and sell it, we're going to have a tiny bit of a little bit of saved eco, okay? And now get Monkeyopolis, just like that. We've got 100 spare and we can keep Obyn down. So that's always a nice little starting point to be at. Now it's going to be a case of building the trap, and we want to try and build a trap in a nice position as well. Also, again, do not use Obyn's ability in the meantime, because we want his ability to be up for round 33. That's what's going to do the camos for us. So I'm going to place the trap a bit more to the left here, just so that it can easily target the entrance, but it's not going to be awkward where the NG itself will start hitting the bloons, because then you're going to lose quite a bit of income in your bloon trap. Okay, so in the meantime, just don't use Obyn's ability now. We're saving it for 33. That's the only thing to remember. And we're getting very close to buying our bloon trap. So now what we're going to do is we've used Obyn's ability. We're going to buy bloon trap, and now we can just target the bloon trap at the start, ready for round 34. So this is really nice. Like I said, we've got Opolis up on 31 and we've got the bloon trap up on 34. So that's very similar to kind of what we normally do. Okay, so now after we've done these camos, then we can also go and sell Obyn and place down a farm. You should have a spot just to fit it up here. We're only going to go for 4 marketplaces. I suppose you could go for 5, but 4 should be sufficient. Now, here as well, you can change things up a bit. You can go for like 2 marketplaces and 2 IMFs, or 1 marketplace and 2 IMFs or something as well, if you want to do a bit of a hybrid strategy. Or you can even just get 1 IMF as well, just so you've got that little bit more eco and only a marginal amount of debt. So that's something that you can consider as well. But for this, I want no debt, because it's, you know, a kind of casual approach to it. We want no debt. We want to be able to have somewhat decent eco. And I think really we wouldn't be actually too bad if we just had water. Just having water alone would have pushed this above 60k quite easily. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. It's not too bad of a map in terms of eco in the long run, provided you're not in, you know, crippling debt for tier 1. And obviously the top players will be able to get out of the debt well, but it is going to be a bit awkward. But I think for elite, it's probably going to be push for a mad for tier 1, and that's going to be a little bit awkward to kind of climb out of that eco hole, I guess, but it's probably needed. So that'll take some time to figure out how to do it optimally with as least debt as possible. Okay, so now it's just kind of very boring and bland. All we're going to do is just literally build 204 marketplaces, 203, sorry, and that's it for the rest of the video. So yeah, I can show you the remainder part of the video, but like I said, it's going to be nothing interesting. In terms of defending, what we're going to do is, because we've got camos coming, I'm going to go and get a 003 dart, I believe is what I do. Yes, I do. Okay, so we're just going to get a 003 in range of discount. You know, there'll probably be more optimal options, but this is easy. Keeps us nice and safe, just so that we can do the camos for 36 and 37, and then you can sell it for 38 onwards, okay? So that's all that's going to be left for the video now, just some bloon trap micro, and you'll see me execute it poorly as always, but that's just what we've got to do. So yeah, I'll leave it here, and I'll just show the remainder of the footage just for anyone who needs a little bit of guidance, but it should be very straightforward to this point. The hardest bit is just making sure that you use Obyn's ability on time, just so that you can get the right defense that you need, and basically not leak the camos early on and get a penalty. Other than that, it should be plain sailing. And like I said, if you want to get a 5th marketplace, you can, but I just wanted to get 1. So 1 more during round 37, sorry. So thank you so much for all the support, guys. It really means a lot. I will post the casual run soon, and then I will go and do a more optimal run for people to follow. So thank you guys for all the support. It really means a lot to me, and I'll hopefully see you guys soon.